Hello, YouTube viewers. This is Cynthia Michael from Screw You Productions, bringing you a new podcast from my segment called The Super Sentai Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to breathe too hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this podcast will attain some adult language. So once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change to adult language. Now, if you're over 18, that means you're good to watch and listen to this podcast. So anyway, with this and everything else out the way, let's get to the latest episode of Lupinranger versus Patranger. Now, episode 26. So basically, this episode starts off at the beach, at the Lupinranger's beach restaurant, where Mr. Cargo was being beached by the Lupinrangers, talking about how the good striker, talking about how they found all the first fusers together with the good striker to take down Lyman. So basically, he's like, Mr. Cargo was like understandable, but he said in Fisher and Devils still like, I understand you needed to combine, you needed to work with the Patrangers to, along with Ranger X to, I understand you guys needed to, needed to, work with the Patrangers to take down Lyman, but still, I want you to fraternize with the Patrangers. So basically, it was like, let's say, like, it wasn't our idea, it was the good Stretcher's idea, but, it wasn't, but still, it wasn't for the good Stretcher's idea to combine all those together. We would never took down Lyman or got that lesson item back, got Lyman's lesson item. So basically, like, Mr. Cargo is like, you do have a good point. So basically, so basically, like, what the Blue says, the reason why you're here, you got a lead for a new lesson item, and Mr. Cargo said, no, not this time. Actually, I was summoned here by Ranger X. Why Ranger X? Turns out that Ranger X had a lead on a listed item this time around. So basically, like, the list ranger was kind of shocked. Usually every time that Mr. Cargo shows up, either get some type of information about something or about a listed item. But this time around, his role kind of switched around with Ranger X. So anyway, Mr. Cargo was like, so basically Ranger X has not showed out yet, but Mr. Cargo was like, I respect Ranger X for staying in Paris. So basically that's when Ranger X said, you don't mean that. So anyway, Ranger X got to the point, and he said that, I heard from a lot of research there's a secret underground auction going on for a listed item. So basically, Ranger X had shown him a picture of the listed item, that's being sold in this underground secret auction. It looks like it's a mermaid statue. So the listed item is a mermaid statue. So basically, Mr. Cargo, so after you see in the picture, Mr. Cargo, Mr. Cargo, checking his book where he keeps all the other listed items and verify that it is a listed item. So basically, Mr. Cargo checking his listed collection book where he keeps all the other list the items and and information on the listed items in the book, and it verified that it is a listed item. So basically, like Mr. Cargo, but since it's an auction, I'm gonna need some assistance. So basically, Mr. Cargo handed Ranger X looks like So basically, Mr. Cargo handed Ranger X a checkbook. So basically, Cogwell had it when you had the checkbook. So basically, Ranger X is like, oh, like janky. So anyway, he figured. So basically, Ranger X decided to let them take along to pose as a couple that way. So she figured that just in case four pair of eyes is better than two pairs of eyes. So anyway, basically, like Mr. Pink, Mr. Yellow is like, like why did you, after starting, so basically, Mr. Yellow was kind of hesitant to go to the auction when the X, but after when the X explains that, after studying that, after studying a bit more further, said yeah. So anyway, so basically, Mr. Yellow and Ranger X went to the auction. Turns out it was a mass auction. So basically, everybody was wearing masks, so like the Listen Rangers do when they're in their thief suits and whatnot. So basically, everybody at the auction, except to the auctioneer, was wearing masks, like the Listen Rangers use. So basically, we get to see we finally get to see Ranger X's, thief mask. So basically, Listen Yellow and Ranger X brought their own thief mask for the mass auction. So basically, the auctioneer started a bit at 4,000 yen. So basically, there's like at least like 4 buyers there wearing masks and whatnot. So anyway, I'm just gonna end this auction. So basically, Ranger X is like, I'm gonna bid over billion yen. So basically, like, do you have that type of cash on you? No. I'm using Mr. Cogwell's money to buy this listed item. So that's what the checkbook was for. So basically, Ranger X is using Mr. Cogwell's money to buy the listed item from this Secret Underground mass auction. So anyway, after bidding 2 billion yen, Ranger X had won the auction. So basically the auctioneer was about to so the auctioneer finalized the sale, and out of nowhere the lights went off. The lights went off, and when the lights came back on, a dangerous monster named Gish appeared out of nowhere when the lights came back on and took the mermaid statue and ran off with it. So basically, Lifting Yellow and Ranger X went chasing after him. They morphed into the Lifting Ranger form and started to do battle with the dangerous monster named Gish. Now, Gish is some type of squirrel. Gish is a type of squirrel dangerous monster. So basically, he started to shoot. He started to shoot nothing like bullets at the Lifting Yellow and at Ranger X. So basically that's it. So basically while Lifting Yellow and Ranger X was recovering from not attacks, just put the mermaid statue, let the item inside his body safe, and and start to kick the shit out of Ranger X and lifting yellow. So basically that's when the Patranger showed up. They showed up, showed up out of nowhere after hearing about this underground auction. So and that's when Gist used the power of the mermaid statue lifted item to turn himself into bubbles and therefore disappeared. Used the power of the lifted item mermaid statue to turn himself into bubbles and escape from the Patranger and lifting yellow and Ranger X. So basically, Patrager's like, hey, Ranger X, what are you doing with lifting yellow? So basically, instead of Ranger X defending himself while he was doing the lifting yellow, him and lifting yellow, went off. So basically, that's when Patranger. That's when Patranger. I think that Ranger X has been telling information about global police operations to the Lupinranger. So basically, Patranger said that does make sense, but he is undercover. So basically, since we don't have any authority over Ranger X, there's nothing we can do about him stopping. There's nothing that you can do about him telling the listeners about global police personal information, shit like that. Since they don't have no authority over Ranger X. So anyway, basically, we see lifting yellow and the Ranger X went back to the auction, and the auctioneer and a bunch of security guards saying that hey, you need to pay for your listed item, you need to pay for the item you guys won at the auction. So basically, what's the other like we ain't paid for shit. That thing was like to stole the item. So why should we pay for an item that just got stolen from the auction? So basically, the auctioneer and a bunch of guards and his security guards were you should look, even though yes, the item was stolen, but still you need to pay for the item, matter if it's stolen or not. So basically, so basically, when you're just like, okay, let's not turn this into a situation here. So basically, he used Mr. Cargo's checkbook to pay for the stolen listed item that the Danish monster stole from the auction. So basically, ain't that a bitch? So ain't that a bitch? How the fuck you gonna, how you have to still pay for an item that got stolen at the auction? So this is fucking stupid. It's kind of fucking stupid. Meanwhile, back at the beach at Westwalk, Ranger X lets the other tell them what happened at the auction. So basically, and even Mr. Ray and Mr. Booth was kind of outraged. Was kind of outraged that they had to pay for an item that got stolen. They still had to pay for an item that got stolen in the first place. So that's even though it was outrageous at that. But that's the way that says that I think that the whole auction was a setup. So basically, he said that I think that Gist was there at the auction guys as one of the buyers. One of the mass buyers. So basically, so basically, Ranger X figured that Gist Gamers Mouse who stole the listed item was in human form during the auction, as one of the mass buyers. So basically, working together with Listed Yellow, they started to draw all the buyers who was there during the auction, and when they took those. It took those drawings that him and Listed Yellow, put those drawings to G Carter at the Global Fleet headquarters to track down the buyer. So basically, so when you track down the buyers, track down the buyers and tell them that he wants everybody who was at the auction the other day to meet at this location. So basically all the buyers who was at the auction the other day came to the location that Ranger X suggested, along with the auctioneer who was in charge of the security of that auction. Turns out that Ranger X suspected. Turns out that Ranger X confused. Turns out that Gish was the auctioneer. It turns out that Gish himself was the auctioneer. So basically, Gish set up the auction of the list item in the first place, to steal the money, and also, so basically he had the list. So basically, Gish was the guy. Sorry, I got a tongue tie. So turns out Gish was the auctioneer in human form. So basically, Gish set up the auction to steal those pieces of money. So basically, the listed item was always in Gish. The listed item was always in Gish possession this whole time. So anyway, working together as a team. The Listed Rangers and Ranger X took down Gish and got the listed item back. But as usual, God showed up and God showed up and made Gish grow, and that's when the Listed Rangers used the distractions from the Patranger and they performed the Patranger Megazord and Ranger X summoned his Emperor Megazord to take down the giant-sized Gish, and the day was saved. So as for everybody else who was involved in that auction, the Patranger busted them. So basically, everybody else who attended the auctions to buy that liquor item got busted by the Patrangers and other police. By other police authorities as well. So basically, the Listed Rangers went to destroy. So basically, the Listed Rangers and Ranger X destroyed Gish and got back the listed item back, and the Patranger to arrested some bad guys. So basically it was a win-win for the Patrangers and the Listed Rangers. So basically, a few minutes later, back at the Bistro restaurant, so basically the Listed Rangers and Ranger X gave Mr. Cargo the listed items to put in his book, and also Ranger X gave back Mr. Cargo's checkbook back to Mr. Cargo. So anyway, So basically, everything in it, but Mr. Carter was not happy about how much he spent for that, spend during the auction, for how much money that Ranger X spent during the auction. So basically, Mr. Carter was like, I'll see you guys next time. So anyway, so basically, the episode ended with, with the Lupinrangers, just hanging out with Ranger X at the beach or restaurant. So basically, this is how the episode ended. So anyway, this episode was not bad. So basically, this was a good episode. So basically, it was a good episode. So it was a good episode. It was a good episode for Lupin Yellow. Cause honestly, I think that Lupin Yellow is way too shy. So basically, I think this was a good character building episode for Lupin Yellow, even though it was kind of, she kind of had a few lines in this episode, but it was a good character development episode for Lupin Yellow. So anyway, like always, what do you guys think about this episode? Was it good, was it bad, or was it terrible? Please let me know with the comments below this podcast. Everything, like always, Cynthia Michael, sign off. 1.